I recently had the genuine pleasure of taking delivery of an all-wheel drive Foundation Series Cybertruck. On Twitter, y'all had, understandably, a lot of questions, and I wanted to get into them and see if I can answer them here. Let's get right into it. A question that I had seen a few times is, how is visibility? So the truck has two repeater cameras on the left and right side of the vehicle that are activated whenever you use your turn signal, and on the screen it actually shows you your blind spots. I use these all the time, honestly more so than using the actual mirrors of the vehicle. Additionally, on the left and right hand side on the speaker towards the door, there are dots inside of the mesh grill that light up whenever there's a vehicle next to you, indicating that something is in your blind spot. The front facing camera on this vehicle is amazing, and after driving a different vehicle that was pretty big and didn't have that camera, I noticed that I really miss that feature. It even has guidelines, which is super convenient when it comes to parking such a big vehicle. This question's on a pretty similar note to visibility. Do the mirrors tilt down when in reverse, and do they auto dim? They do indeed tilt down in reverse, and they do auto dim at night. Works perfectly fine. Like I said, I really tend to lean to using the actual screen for those blind spot indicator cameras, but they are there if you need them. Are there any Tesla logos on the vehicle? Nope, there's not even a T or Tesla written out anywhere. It doesn't have any badging on the outside. The only badging that it has is on the door sills, in the front, and that's about it. And it just says Cybertruck in this really cool welding font. I did notice that some of the parts, like the glass, say Tesla on them, but that's not necessarily a part of the branding. There's also a Cybertruck silhouette every now and again. So there's one on the steering wheel. There's one here that's pretty random. The drain plug in the back has a little Cybertruck logo on it. It didn't seem like Tesla really felt like they needed to market this as a Tesla vehicle. The car kind of speaks for itself. What is the most amount of stuff that I have put in the bed? Well, I didn't get a video or photo because this was kind of on a whim, but I had some friends that needed to work on a car, so I put some car ramps, 4 jack stands, a 4-ton jack, and 2 big toolboxes. Handled it pretty well. It is a truck after all. I did notice that the bed auto self-leveled whenever I put my foot on the brake, which is really convenient. The bed seems to hold up pretty well. There's going to be some normal scuffs and scratches and stuff, but hey man, it's a truck. It's not going to look perfect all the time. Does the steer-by-wire system add any simulated vibration when driving? So it does actually. I noticed, especially on the highway, I do feel that the steering wheel will shake a little bit, kind of simulating what it feels like to drive on the road.
So we had a lot of questions regarding the tonneau cover and how waterproof it is. So I wouldn't personally consider it waterproof and more water resistant. What we did to test this is I just closed everything up, grabbed the garden hose, and sprayed it throughout a few different locations in the tonneau cover to see where some of that water would ingress. It seems like a lot of the water had kind of came in through where the tonneau meets the tailgate, but it didn't seem like it spread too much outside of that. I see a few splashes every now and again, and fun fact, you can actually see what's inside of the bed from the rear window when the tonneau is covering the bed. It's pretty cool.
I'm currently in the bed. The tonneau's up, and I did this after the rain test, so that was very smart of me. But immediately after hopping in here, I noticed there's a latch right here. Just gonna pull on that, and it looks like there's a lanyard. And I'm just gonna. This looks like there's another lanyard here. I'm doing all this for the first time. So I'm gonna pull both of these. Oh, see some light. There we go. We're free. So the next question is about the doors. Do they open 90 degrees? The front doors don't open 90 degrees. They open to like a standard degree, similar to many other vehicles, but the rear doors do open a full 90 degrees. That is super helpful because those back seats fold up kind of like in a lot of other trucks, and it gives you a lot of space to put stuff in. I did have an issue with that door that's going to be worked on at the service center. I have a service ticket open. It doesn't open all the way for some reason, but I'm sure it's something that Tesla can handle. Next question is literally just asking us to show the frunk. So frunk is awesome in this car. There is a button down here that you press, you tap that, pops up. As you can see, I'm actually using the frunk, so I have some stuff for a project I'm working on. Kind of seems like it's supposed to be a bench. Yeah, super easy to come on in here and take a seat. Super comfortable, lots of headroom. So yeah, super nice. To close it, you can either press this button or you can tap this button again. I generally press this one. And there it goes. Can you be at whatever height you would like at higher speeds? So you can't. When you're going above 25 miles an hour, you're limited to the low and medium heights. You can be in the higher ride height, but it automatically kicks you out once you get over 25 miles an hour. Okay, I've been asked to get some measurements of the bed. I hear you, Gregor Truck. Let's get you your answer. So we were asked to measure the roof overhang of the truck. See if we can figure out how to gracefully do this here. So, come on down here. Here's the roof overhang. For the glass to the overhang, it's about 6.5 inches here. For the bottom shelf, it's about 3 inches exactly. And from the end of the bed to the overhang, it's about a foot. How do I feel about the windshield wiper? Well, I posted a video on X or Twitter of the windshield wiper in action in the rain, and honestly, it did really good. I was super impressed, and honestly, I was kind of skeptical at first while looking at it, especially while looking at the leaks and seeing how obnoxious it looked, but honestly, it's really usable, and I have no concerns. I recently drove a Model X in the rain, and I noticed that the windshield wiper was not nearly as good, and the coverage was not nearly as big than in the Cybertruck with the, as I call it, Giga Wiper. What are my favorite things about the truck? Well, I honestly really love the look. I know that's kind of polarizing, but I've always been into the cyberpunk-esque genre, and it kind of fits exactly what I'm looking for. And I hate to say it, but steer-by-wire on this vehicle is revolutionary. I think it still needs some work, especially with the road responsiveness. I think it could be tuned to feel a little bit more like the road, but I'm sure that can come with software updates. Rear wheel steering coupled with that makes this vehicle feel small. I don't feel like I'm driving a huge truck. Okay, so I have the biggest big gulp cup that I could get at 7-Eleven, and it does indeed fit in the cup holder. Let's check the back seat. Gotta pull that pull tab, pop this down, and yeah, that fits. Just got home from the 7-Eleven adventure. I first wanted to just express how much I appreciate everyone that's been supporting me on Twitter and X. It means a lot to me. I understand that I am in a really cool position where I get to own this truck, and it's something that I just genuinely want to help others experience alongside with me. I often meet a lot of people when I'm driving this truck. Every time I try and stop somewhere, it's at least 20 minutes of talking with people and showing the truck off. And you know what? I am okay with it, because I know if I was in their shoes, I would want to do the same thing. So if you have any more questions, please feel free to comment or reach out to me on X, and I'll try and answer them for you, or we'll make another video. I'm planning on doing a road trip up to Colorado pretty soon to go meet Kyle from Out of Spec, and that's going to be a super awesome adventure. I entirely plan on filming everything, showing off my experience, and having some really fun adventures, so stay tuned. I also have some really interesting projects in the works that I will be announcing here soon once things are a little bit more mature. Thank you guys so much for watching the video. If you're feeling generous, subscribe to the channel for more content, and I'll see you guys in the next video.